did it, Dustin.
All right. So 5:02, we'll call this meeting to order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Any delegations?
No.
All right. So we'll start with reports. Calhoun Gilmer Career Center Administrative Council report.
Not too much to report. I went through and saw the wonderful setup they made for us here that they were getting ready to move in and install, and that was kind of neat to watch, and that was kind of exciting. They do have a lot of camps coming up this summer that they have been putting out a lot of advertisements about via social media, and it seems to be a pretty big hit so far. Every one of the camps, the students are going to get like something cool, like they've got this really neat tool set for the ones that show up at the first camp, which was kind of like the thing my dad bought me when I got married. It's one of those tool sets with a little bit of everything you need, you know. And they're going to have some neat computer camps, and they are all set for summer. We did get to see a really, really neat, they had this emergency setup with the ambulance where they had kind of like a mannequin in there. And they called it, let's see, there was the father, and then there was the mother, and then there was Junior. And depending on if you're in the nursing field or the medical field, they can make these little mannequins have all kinds of little problems that you got to deal with. The male mannequin that we were watching could breathe, but it looked like he was having a heart attack. So it forces the students to kind of do what you got to do for a heart attack victim. The Junior that they have, they can make it be a breech birth. They can make it be all kinds of, all these awful things to teach the students how these emergencies are dealt with. And it was just fascinating to watch. I think they said there's only 13 of them in the nation, and 4 of them are in West Virginia. So it was really cool.
I was too old for any of that neat stuff, but they do have a lot of neat stuff.
It is. It's very lifelike.
Unless they just sit on a real person.
Well, thank you. Moving on to consent agenda. Can we just move to on all the items except for the supplements, budgets?
I make a motion to approve the agenda A, the consent agenda for June 12th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And there are budget transfers and supplements on there, just not all of them are going to be on there, so the ones that you have on there, they're able to vote on those too.
Okay. So do we need a motion for the treasurer's items as well?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Do we need to say as it's complete now? Okay.
It's not just the ones you presented there in your packet. When you vote on them.
Yep.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on to new business. Approval of the board meeting dates.
We have a new one later.
I was going to say, we make some corrections. Okay.
Make a motion to approve the 23-24 board meeting dates.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion around the meeting dates?
It's in your packet there, and I think we moved the one meeting that was around the last meeting in May to a Tuesday.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, next item is the MOU with Marion County Board of Ed, Gilmer County Board of Ed for Medicaid billing.
Is that just through school health? Is that what?
Yeah, I didn't understand. I tried to read through that.
Or like speech
fringe services?
It
What are
would
we
be for,
billing?
it would be anything that we could bill Medicaid for, and that would go through them.
Why do we have to run through Marion County? Like, that's what my question.
It's something that they have been doing. It's complicated. It's complicated billing process. It's specialized
numbers and
people that know how to bill Medicaid because it's federal government reimbursement. And it's something that I would like to look into in the future for us to bill our own Medicaid. But it would take some additional training. And I don't feel comfortable with saying we should just do that next year without having somebody trained and ready to go with position in
Even I
place.
don't do my own billing, not for our company.
It's complex. It's medical billing. And right now, Mary, they offer the service at a fee, and we
Which is
pay them,
standard.
which is standard practice, yes. But eventually, I would like to be able to do some of that, but we need to get our ducks in a line with a special ed person that can do that and know what they're doing.
They would have to be trained specifically.
Absolutely.
I make a motion to approve the MOU.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All opposed? Right. Passes. Next, new salad bar.
God, man, I'm telling you what, I looked all day. I could not find a salad bar over $10,000. I even went to their website, the company.
Is this off the state? This is
What
off
was
the
it,
state.
12,000
Yeah, there's a
or
letter
something?
in there, I think it's got.
Yeah,
the-
Well, it has to be paid for the grants, though, right?
Yeah, that's what it said.
They
This is,
want it all, they want it all, they
This
want
is
to leave
all-
anything on the table.
I believe it's off the state bid.
What, like, how big is this? Is this gonna be like something is this gonna be like half hot bar, half
It'll feed you.
salad bar, or is this just gonna be like a cold bar?
I believe you did say hot as well.
Yeah, it's both.
How big, like how many feet? Is this like something you see at the Chinese buffet, or is this down there at the, the old Pizza Hut
About
buffet? What?
Said about 8.
It's got its specs there. It has got, the mobile utility counter is 88 inches by 32 by 36, 16 inch, 16 gauge stainless. It's got all the breaks and how it breaks down and the tray sizes and things of how it works. It's 88 inches long, so it's pretty good size. It's pretty good size. Yeah, it's a big one.
And then you've got the installation costs, or are they doing?
Yeah, well, I just don't know where they go.
It's got a picture of it there too, if you want to look at it, on the top, and then it's got a picture of this other thing that goes on the top of it that plugs in, and then all your stuff. It's got a cold food well and drop-in refrigeration and
And hot, cold.
a hot cold.
And it looks like you did go through bid process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went
Well,
through.
And
they are covering the removal of the old one and the installation of the new one. So,
Might
you
just
can
be
do that.
plugged in all day long. You did some.
Well, I have 1.3 installation.
Yeah, they would kind of put it together.
But they're all
There's money in the old one too, I'm just saying.
taking out the old one.
All that.
I make a motion to approve the purchase of new salad bar for
Second.
Gilmer County High School. For equipment, 26-1.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Yeah, what is funding? I mean, we assume that it's from a grant, but where is it being financed from?
Child nutrition.
I mean, not in this.
Child nutrition funds.
Online.
And then-
I was looking for that.
it's pretty much paid for lock, stock, and barrel, right?
Yeah,
Through child nutrition.
the equipment grant money in child nutrition.
Yeah.
All those in favor? All opposed? Okay. Next item of business is the genetic standards course.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the genetic standards.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Next, bus purchase.
I make a motion to approve 77 passenger Thomas Self T-Liner C2 school bus from TD Motors.
Second.
Discussion. Yes. It seems like, and this didn't really have much to do with this. I thought maybe just to open this up for discussion. Seems like every other district in West Virginia is going with electric buses.
We're starting to.
Okay, so, I mean, I know that these are kind of on their way out, electric buses are gonna be taking over. But is that not an option on the table right now?
We had that option.
I think were we not getting an electric bus?
No, we had that option. I opposed it. I mean, I didn't oppose it, but I questioned it when we first started talking about it.
I never, well, they brought it to the board, but I don't remember whatever happened with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think every county in West
I'm not
Virginia
big-
was maybe getting an electric school
Right.
bus to see how it
I just
functioned in
worry
there.
for them in a rural area, charging and stuff, and depending on how long the route is.
Because you can also make that same argument against gas.
Well, I just need to know, I would
Already
need to know
established.
information around it,
Yeah,
but I would
I
definitely.
don't think that we got, for some reason, maybe Lisa, you can tell me wrong, I don't think we got the time with the electric bus. Like, I know it was in Calhoun, I don't remember us having it here and our bus drivers trying it out.
Joey brought it to the board about an
About
electric
an electric
bus,
bus,
but
but I
I
don't think we
can't
ever
Yeah, I
got
think
to
that was-
remember what happened.
I remember one of my first meetings, we
Still.
passed previous bus fares, and I think we had a conversation about it there, and there was some logistics or pricing differences at that time, and I think obviously we didn't do that this year.
I mean, could you?
They covered like up to 40,
You know?
up to like $40,000. I think that's what we were going to end up having to pay for one, is $40,000. 41.
At the time, last
At the time,
I
yes.
just don't remember, but Joey did bring it.
And then it was the battery replacements that was gonna be so
Yeah.
expensive.
I've talked to some other counties that have done it, and they're like, man, you know, once you get the chart like set, like it's way more than what you, like, you know, what the shop.
I think we'll remember in a year, something to consider for next time, probably is bringing it up.
One of the logistical issues with our setup is our bus garage. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's very old and I mean, the logistics of setting up
Putting a charging station and stuff
is going to be pricey.
That probably just for long-term, should be something we think about upgrading, because like I said, it's coming, whether you like it or not.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be a
It's the
turn.
future, yeah.
All right, it's been moved, seconded, discussed. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Moving on, old business, there does not appear to be any. All right, personnel.
Got some recommendations here for professionals. Recommend Andrea Russell, elementary teacher, 5th grade, Gilmer County Elementary School. Raven Friend, a special education teacher, Gilmer County Elementary School. Whitney McLaughlin, itinerant school nurse. That's all that I have currently for the current professionals.
Make a motion to approve the professional section of the personnel.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Service.
We don't have any recommendations for the service summer custodian at this time. We didn't applicants, so there's no recommendation.
Extracurricular.
Got a couple auxiliary mini Titan football coaches. I want to recommend Dan Page for auxiliary mini Titan football coach and Rob Smith, auxiliary mini Titan football coach.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Aye. Anything for continuous improvement?
Nothing on this continuous improvement.
And then superintendent?
Just got a few things I wanted to go over. We're still assessing the aid positions. Of course, we're trying to see how some other counties are working themselves through those aid postings before we actually drop those postings in the next week or so. End of the year submission should be completed hopefully tomorrow. So all of our end of the year submission stuff should go out. July 12 and 13, I've got a Bowls Rice Personnel Boot Camp. I'll be out at that point in time receiving additional training on personnel. It's a signature series training. Those are always usually really good. July 10th, we have a new superintendent yearly training with the Board of Ed president. We also, that July 10th is the day, and hopefully maybe some of you guys can attend. We're going to have a team from Italy, it's a team from Italy that's coming, that through Save the Children, that'll be here with our system. So that's July 10th if we can.
That's what Mrs. West was talking about.
Yes. I just wanted to give everybody a reminder about that. And then I will be starting my weekly updates in July, updates and August updates, starting back pretty soon here. July 20th, we have a superintendent's. We all have a meeting with the House Education Leadership. So if you've got anything that you'd like for me to share with House Education Leadership, that, well, don't send me to slaughter now. I will be meeting and I'll have a chance to be able to speak in front of House Education Leadership. So if you got a question or if you got thoughts or opinions or anything like that that you'd like for me to share, I can cordially put those out to the House Leadership.
Cordially.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
The next meeting for our board meeting, as you guys know, that we're having a little back order issue on the new table. Our laminate tops are not in yet. They don't come in until the first week or two in July. So we're going to have the meeting in here again. Yeah. So and we might have it done by then, but just a heads up, it could be the meeting's in here. I wanted to highlight what the Career Center did. They saved our district a ton of money. The kids did quality work. And it's going to be a very nice training center, board office center once we get it all complete. And it's really nice. Paul, Mr. Parsons at the Career Center did a very good job. And the kids worked hard on it. And it looks good. I mean, it's going to be a very nice, professional looking meeting room. But it does look very nice. It's amazing what a little bit of oak does. So we've got it. It's put together. It's handicapped accessible, and it's got all of those features. And like I said, the last update is Mr. Chester has requested a special meeting. That'll be Thursday, so we can have all of our end of the year finances stuff voted on before the June 30th.
Thank you. Board member comments.
Well, it's not really a comment. I was just looking at the COVID allocation summary that Clay sent out. So does this mean that this is what's left out of that? And was this what we were talking about that had to be spent by such and such things?
So each one of these have different due dates that the money has to be spent by. ESSER 1 has to be spent. It expired 9/30 of 22. ESSER 2 expired, and you see over there 9/30 of 23. Summer Soul 9/30 of 2023. And the ARP funding is 9/30 of 2024. So we got a whole
So
nother
we've
year
got
with
like
that.
44,000 that we have to spend before September.
Mhm.
Do we have plans for that? Or do you know?
Yes, I'd have to, get into GPS and look at the complete plan. Yeah, some of it is, used for learning loss. So it could be like Reading Horizons training, additional trainings, additional professional developments. The description of what we're using it for, not the individual descriptions. For instance, Ms. Mason and I talked about Reading Horizons training, using it for learning loss. Well, there could be lots of different things built into that strategic plan, and I'd have to dig into it off the top of my head. To look by 9/30 of 2023 of what we're using that balance of 32,000 for. But it's in there, what we're using.
So there's a plan for
Yeah,
all of this?
It's all in that strategic plan. Actually, I submitted, after your guys' last session, I submitted that strategic plan to the state. So waiting back to hear about that. But, all of those things that are in there, boosting summer school programming. So there's, 32,000 seems like a lot of money, but not, when you get down to, it doesn't go very far. So those are the types of things that are in there. We've already spent 145, but there's 32 left, and by the end of summer school, we're going to have to allocate that, and I'd have to dig in to see exactly.
Sure, we all got a little twitchy when we read the news. It's like,
we have come back, and that's what I reassured President Moore. He looked into this. This is why we have this. But we have come back with our with our audit clean, with no findings, and everything's been approved. We haven't been, so yeah, I think that we're in good shape. We're using this for learning loss, we're using it for summer school, we're using it for HVAC, the things that it was allocated to do.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the comforts I was thinking through too. It's just like, that doesn't just happen, so they just wake up one morning and go, oh, I better report that, or,
Right.
I mean, that has probably been considered for a long time.
Right.
Higher bill now.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think we would know.
Yes.
We're in that danger.
Yeah, we have passed our audits with 0 findings. We didn't even have audit. It's a clean audit for that. I think Ms. Mason's done a good job keeping us in line with our funding and what we need to be doing with it.
Well, I think we should.
Any other comments?
And this might be a least question, but board training this time last year, I know we were all,
That's just great.
that one.
You guys like to go on the annual training, I suppose.
No, I'm just don't want to miss something because I know you have to do it. And I would rather not have
They
to do it
just
this
went
summer.
to 7 years.
Yeah, from here on out.
There's like 2 or 3 months.
Let's see, this week I went over to the summer school at the elementary school, and their theme this year is sports and Olympics. So I did a little lesson on national anthems of different countries, and oh gosh, they were good. Gosh, they were good. I would play the national anthems for them, but put the English translation and say, oh, there are clues in there. And they got Egypt's national anthem because they recognize the Nile that they mentioned in there. They got Italy's because they recognize the Alps in Sicily. So they were very sharp. They asked great questions. And I'm always apprehensive when I go teach the K1 and 2 kids because I teach adults.
Yeah.
But they were very sharp. They asked me great questions. And it was a great time. And Ms. West is just doing wonderful work out there.
Absolutely.
Also, this is hot off the press. I'm sorry I have to go to my text messages for this. Some of you, you may know a guy named Connor DeWall and TJ Hacker. They are at ISTE right now. What's that an acronym for?
Something technology and something
Yeah.
education. It's a technology conference, teaching conference.
They entered in a technology competition with 13,000 other technology people at this conference. Connor came in first, TJ came in second. So we have the top number 1 and number 2 computer repair skills technicians at this conference.
That's
I'm
awesome.
looking at the picture right now. So Connor and TJ toured up there. That's great news. So that's all I got.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is good.
I stopped by to see Miss West too, and she really does such a good job.
Mhm. She's infatigable.
I know.
She can't slow down.
And she's just
I don't think she
so
sleeps.
calm and placid.
Mhm.
Well, I stopped in to teach them square dancing, and
Yes.
I don't know if I did as
Erin
well as you.
loved every minute of it. Erin loved it.
Yes, she did.
She
didn't
came back and said, I'm going to Folk Festival because I learned how to square dance from Dr. Minnie.
Yeah.
So it
Did
was,
she dance all night?
she did, but all 3 nights, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was really good.
We'll take a motion for adjournment, further business.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Right.
Aye.
They've got such interaction.